I want to transition to a couple of nuggets that I believe will help you guys close bigger orders with customers to wrap this whole thing up. So I have two things that I feel like that I've implemented this year that have been, and something that I've been implementing for years that I believe is something that can help everybody increase their average order and also help everybody increase their closing ratio to their new customers. Okay. So first things first, shout out to my girlfriend, Colleen Dolan, and AKA shout out through Josh Muller for, again, basically these tips. I was working an event with Colleen and she was doing a super awesome time, or super great time. She was selling a ton of big sets at an event that we were at. She outsold me. It was incredible. She kicked my absolute butt that week, but she was doing it in a way where she was positioning sets in a way that I was like, I don't understand how you're getting so much buy-in to whatever set that they're selling. Because something that I noticed I was doing, which is something that I was recognizing, that I felt like I was bulldozing people into the ultimate. I felt like I was like, ultimates. I got to show it first. I got to make it badass. I got to make sure everybody like knows that they want it. Blah, 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 blah. But what I forgot about is our job is all about asking permission. Okay. So this is some verbiage that you can use that I believe will help you position the sets in a way that is not overwhelming and also allows you to actually sell the ultimate with an unlimited amount of time, which is a huge thing when you're selling anything at a booth. Okay. So shout out to Coco, shout out to Josh for this. Okay. So Mrs. Jones, this is when you're positioning the three sets. So we have three main sets. We have a basic set for people who don't do a lot of cooking, right? Or they don't have a big budget for a lot of knives, right? We have a family set, right? Our family set has everything that the basic set has, plus a few add-ons that we find that people really need when they're doing their family cooking. Okay. And then we also have our complete set. Now I'm just curious, do you guys by chance do a lot of grilling or barbecuing? Oh, you do. Awesome. Well, you're probably actually going to like this set then, because it actually comes with what I call as our carnivore tools or our meat knives. So if you'd like, what I can do is I can show you what comes in this set, and then you can tell me if you think that you'd even use it or if one of the smaller sets would work. Now, the beautiful thing about the phrase is that by asking meat or if they grill or barbecue, what do 90% of people say? Yeah, I do, right? Especially in Texas and Oklahoma. Rock on, TGP, right? Okay, so then you go through your 6 knives. You guys know how to sell the 6 knives in the ultimate set. So when you think about the set that you're going to have for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years, do you think you're going to get more value out of something basic, something more family, or something more complete? Okay. So what's a beautiful thing about this, guys, is that you actually get to sell the ultimate and they're not feeling pressured on like, oh, of course the salesperson is just trying to sell me the biggest set, right? Of course they are trying to do that. Even though I want those pieces, of course, the customer's feeling like, well, yeah, of course they want me to buy the biggest set. It's the biggest set that they sell. Of course, they're going to make the most commission on this. I love this phrasing because it allows you to position the set. And if they don't grill or barbecue, it allows you to show the smaller sets, but it still allows you to show the smaller sets because you're listening to the customer. But 90% of the time, you're still selling an ultimate and you're still pitching the ultimate, right? I was hearing Colleen do this and I was like, it is unbelievable. Every person she talks to is just like, yeah, probably the complete set. And she hadn't even talked about it yet, right? And then she talks about it, and what do you know? She would sell a complete set, right? So last things last, okay, to wrap this whole thing up, okay? I believe that the best way to be able to sell more without having to give the boat is by using a phrase at the end of the demo when you're tying it all together to ask if they're interested in buying without giving them any free stuff. Okay, so I've used this before. I think it's worth saying again, simply because it's something that I use to just really work my way into getting buy-in on if they're actually interested in what package I'm talking about right away. Okay, so what we go is we go through the basic confirmation questions. Cool. So between the basic set, the family set, the complete set for you guys based on pricing, now that you know the pricing, which size set do you feel like would be the best set? They pick the set. Okay, cool. Now, do you like the classic handles, pearl handles, blah, 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 block color? Okay, do you guys like the idea of splitting it? Do you like the idea of just paying for it, swipe the card, rip the Band-Aid off, whatever they say, okay? After that all comes together, right? And I'll just re-emphasize the 15-day trial period just as a reminder. You get the opportunity to try out the knives for 3 weeks. Make sure you love them. If for some reason you don't, send them back and take care of the shipping both ways. Okay. So it just reaffirms their ability to make a decision today instead of later. Then I'll use this line. Okay, cool, Mrs. Jones. So since you're here, if I was able to do something a little extra special for you on top of the Cutco corporate discount that they give you when you buy it as a set, would you maybe be open to just doing this thing right now? So, okay, cool, Mrs. Jones, since you're here, if I was able to do something just a little extra special for you on top of the Cutco corporate discount that they give you when you buy it as a set, would you maybe be open to just doing this thing right now? Right? Again, remember, how many things have we offered for free? Absolutely nothing. Right? If they're saying, yeah, maybe, you'd be surprised that a cutting board, a sharpener, and 2 kitchen gadgets on an ultimate will close most people. Right? You all know based on previous talks now on how to sell the 3 cutting boards and the sharpener. So I'm not going to do that for the sake of time. Right? So ask yourself, how can I do things, right, to help create want and interest and buy-in without actually having to give something for free right away? You don't have to give the boat. Now, sometimes you got to give the boat. That's all right. Welcome to sales, right? But remember, when you offer it in a way where you're actually not getting anything for free yet, and then you talk about the things that Cutco are literally already including in the set, it's just extra added value that they didn't have when they already want the set. Okay. So what I love about this is it just gives you the opportunity to have more wiggle room. It also allows you to figure out if you're actually on the right package, because they're like, no, I think we got to think about it. You're like, cool, probably on the wrong package. So it allows me to drop down in a way that I can actually get to the set that they're actually excited about the first time. Okay.